I had a couple of really massive pickups on Vinted recently, and I think unfortunately I've been subject to a scam. Now, I think there could be an every kind of Vinted scam going on here, not between the companies, but possibly by some of the people that work there. And I'm going to kind of discuss the situation, what happened, and what I think might be happening. I'm not saying that it is happening, but it's very, very strange. So, up on the screen, I'll put up the things that I bought. So as you can see, Charizard card here. This is the 151 SIR. Really, really hot card. As you can see, bought it on the 15th of February for £93. At that time, the card was worth around between 2 and 250. It's still around that price, but I haven't checked it, you know, what it is now. But around then, between 200, 250 quid for that card. Paid £93. It shipped on the 17th of February through Evri. Evri have got it. They've confirmed they've received it. It's got to their depot. And then on the 19th of February, I'll put it up here again, you'll see that that's the last time that anybody ever saw it. Now, your first thing would be, well, maybe they didn't send it, you know, because they realised it was much more expensive than what they priced it at. But no, they did send it. It was shipped to Evri. Evri have got it. They've confirmed they've got it. It's processing at their hub. And that was the last time anybody ever saw it. Very, very strange. The second thing I bought, up here again, Evolving Skies booster box. I bought this on the 5th of March for £93.03. Now, this box of Evolving Skies, I looked at all the pictures and that, it looked legit to me, but I'm assuming it's going to be fake, right? For those that don't know, Evolving Skies booster boxes are well over £1,000 now. They're like 1,100-1,200 quid on a good day. So to pick up one for £93.03 is just an insane price. But when you see something like that, you've just got to click buy, right? Because when it turns up, you can do all your checks then, and then if it's fake or whatever, then you can return it. I think on Vinted I'd have to pay £3 for the return label, but you know, I've gambled more on a horse, so you know, £3 on a postage label is not really anything, right? But yeah, Evolving Skies booster box shipped on the 5th of March, disappeared on the 8th of March, 2 days later. Very strange again, right? It's strange to me that two items, Pokemon items, expensive Pokemon items that have sold really, really cheap, have just completely disappeared off the face of the earth. Now, with the Charizard card, the person that was selling it had created a completely new account, no reviews, no previous sales, nothing like that. Just this one card. Bought it, listed it. They packed it out of a pack, they listed it and sold it straight away. That's what they said in the description. So that person, I've checked on their account and they haven't logged in since they listed that card, which is really strange to me, because if you've got 100 quid, near on 100 quid coming to your account, you would at least check to see if the item's been delivered, but they've never even checked to see if the item's been delivered. Never even checked to see that the money might even be released and go into their account. How weird is that? But I think with this, what we're going to talk about next is the scam. So what I think the scam is happening, we're going to go through some more of the details. But I think first what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at some sales. Let's see what's been going out over the last couple of days. First up, we've got this Pink Bush DVD player. It's got the remote in there and that. This sold within 24 hours, 30 quid. Two PS2 controllers going out. I think combined with postage is like 35 quid for the pair. Got this PS1 controller going out for 12 quid as well. Our video games have been getting raided this past week. We've got Cooking Mama going out for 6 quid. Super Mario DS for the DS as well, going out for a tenner. And new Super Mario Bros. Going out for 7 quid. We've got an Erica's Dragonair Hollow from Gym Heroes PSA 8 going out for, I can't remember if this was 70 or 80 quid, but one of those two. I think we've got 3 of these left in 2 different colours now. Little Miss Muffin Cupcake Gold going out for a tenner. Mr. Mime Funko Pop, 8 quid. Vex Hex Robotics, it's like a building a crane thing. Brand new in the box, going out for a tenner as well. We've got a whole PS2 bundle in here, a whole stack of games in there. I'm not going to get it all out, but that's going out for 70 quid. Pokemon figures, we've got Moltres, Krogunk and Slugma down there, all going out for £15 for the bundle. Dream Seekers light up dolls. Just trying to clear these down now. We basically was taking these over to shows over Christmas time, and that I think I've got like 2 or 3 of these left, but these are trickling out online. So yeah, 15 quid for that one. It's the second one I've sent out this week as well, and it's only Wednesday. Now the issue with the 2 cards is the Charizard never logged in again. So the person that sold that card never logged into the account again, hasn't responded to any of their messages, and it's lost in the ether. Vinted recognised that it's lost and it's been delayed, but I have to wait a month. I think it's like the 24th of March, they said, to even be able to raise a case, which is just crazy. But anyway, that's that. There's not much more I can do about that. I've just got to wait until the 24th of March. It's fine. I've actually contacted Evri as well to see if they can locate it. They said they've not been able to locate it, completely lost. The Evolving Skies account, another really strange case. The account's now been blocked and the order has been refunded to me, and that was on the 17th of March. So didn't take nowhere near as long as the Charizard. I'm still waiting for the Charizard to be refunded, and even though I bought it back on the 15th of February. But that account's been blocked. The order's been refunded. The item was still shipped to me. I've got the tracking details. I'll put it up all here and everything. You'll be able to see that it's not, for some reason, it's just completely disappeared off the face of the earth. But that account has been blocked. It's all very, very strange. So what is the scam? What could possibly be happening here? Well, I find it very, very strange that 2 Pokemon items that are priced very, very low on Vinted by 0 review accounts. Both accounts have never had a review, never posted anything else that I can see, and there's just completely new accounts. The item has been shipped. I can confirm it's been shipped. I've got tracking numbers for it. I've got like a chronology of what's happened to the parcel. It's got to Evri. Evri have got it at their searching depot or their distribution depot, and it's disappeared from them. Now, I want to know, guys, what do you think is happening here, right? Do you think this is a scam? I know it's a small sample size. It's only 2 items, but it seems very, very strange to me that in such a small amount of time, I've had 2 items from the Pokemon industry being sold at a ridiculously low price, get shipped, and then disappear off the face of the earth. What do you think is happening here? Now, I think it's possible that there is like an Evri driver scam going on here, right? It's possible that I think that there could be, I'm not saying this is happening, but it's possible that there's like Evri drivers that are like listing their items on Vinted, or listing a fake item on Vinted, right? Something that they know is high priced, it will sell quick, and those are the 2 things: high price, sell quick. £100 items, they sell immediately. I mean, if I hadn't have seen those items immediately and bought them immediately, they would have sold to someone else immediately. So they list the fake item, they sell it, they get the money into their like pending account, right? And then they take the item themselves, possibly to the depot. They scan it, but never actually drop it in the box, right? Now, if you're an Evri driver, for example, you would have all of the gun to do that, the scanning gun and all that sort of stuff. So is that a possibility? Could that be something that is happening? I don't know. I mean, I find it really, really strange that 2 high-priced items from the Pokemon industry or genre, I guess you could say, have been shipped, gone missing. None of the accounts have ever logged back in. One's been blocked. I mean, if you'd sold £100 item on Vinted, no matter who you are, whether you're a reseller or whether you are just like a normal person in the house clearing out their stuff, you'd have logged into Vinted by now to check to see if you're going to get that 100 quid, right? I just don't understand. I don't quite understand what's happening. That's why I think that there has to be something kind of odd happening at play, because both of those items were shipped, but neither of them have been received, and they've all gone missing 2 days after them being received at the sorting depot or at the Evri depot, right? Now, I saw Brum Reseller post something about Evri not being able to use drop lockers and all that sort of stuff, and I actually joked with him. Not surprised, they've lost two of my items in the last 2 weeks, and I said one was like a £200 Pokemon card. They probably shipped it in an envelope, And he was like, yeah, you know, shipping cards in an envelope with Evri is probably a little bit risky, because the only envelopes or letters that are going to go through Evri are going to be, you know, Pokemon cards. Let's be honest, no one's sending actual letters through Evri, right? And it's possible, I guess, that they could have seen what, you know, they could have surmised what was inside the envelope. They open up the envelope. If it's an expensive card like a Charizard, they steal the card, and then that's it, right? That's possible. Anything like that can happen. I'm sure it does on occasion. But the second one was an Evolving Skies booster box. Now, you know, I could have put it in this box. I could have put it in, you know, this box. I could have put it in any size box. It could be anything among all of those millions of parcels that Evri get. But it still went missing. How is this happening? I just don't understand. Now, the price point might be very significant as well. Both of the items that I sold were around the £95 mark. Now, I wonder, do Vinted pay out if an item goes missing? Because we've got to remember, if I'm a shipper, if I'm the seller, I don't ever get to choose the shipping label. I don't ever pay for the shipping label. And I never get to, presumably, claim back on that shipping label. I've never had anything go missing through Vinted before. But as far as I'm aware, if it does, they just refund you. Now, there must be an automatic, like, if it's under this amount, we just automatically pay it out, no questions asked. I know that eBay have that as well, and I think the amount's £100. If it's over £100, it has to go to back office, and then they have to get it all approved and all that sort of stuff. But anything under £100 usually is just automatically refunded. Do Vinted have that as well? Is that why the £95 mark is being matched? Because obviously once you add on your shipping after £95, it's just below £100. So what is the benefit of this? Because you don't get the money until it's released to you, right? So what if the person who is selling the parcel takes it to the drop-off location, scans it, never drops it off, it gets lost because they never actually sold this item? Would they then get refunded by Vinted? You know, would they get their 95 quid back from Vinted? And they've still got the card, they've got the money, they've been able to prove that it's been shipped, but they've never paid for the label. Is that possible? I think it's possible. It's very, very strange to me. I mean, the other thing that's strange, right, is that Pokemon is very, very liquid at the moment. I mean, you can throw it up in the air and it comes back down as money, and the prices are very, very high. £250 Charizard. If you could, selling those for 90 quid, it would just sell immediately. You see a Charizard like that for 90 quid, you just click buy. You ask questions later. You just click buy, and then you look through the photos, because it will get bought, guys. You are going to miss out on that if you don't click that buy button, and sometimes you just got to take the gamble. So, £100 item goes missing, it gets refunded to them by Vinted, they withdraw the money, and then they just maybe repeat the cycle, or they create new accounts or something like that. I don't really know. I mean, I don't really know, kind of. Obviously, one of the accounts has been blocked. How has that account been blocked? Why has it been blocked? It hasn't logged in, hasn't posted any new items that I can see. If it's a brand new account as well, that item that they sold to me would have probably been their first item. So if mine hasn't been raised as lost yet, then anything sold after mine wouldn't have been raised as lost yet, which is really, really odd. It's just a really strange situation. So let me know what you think, guys. Is there something happening there? Am I onto something? I'm not saying that there's like some sort of coercion happen. I think there's possibly like a bad actor, like a bad employee working somewhere that is causing this. So let me know in the comments what you think. Am I just drawing false conclusions? Am I just drawing lines between things that don't exist? I just find it very odd that they're both new accounts, both Pokemon items that are way underpriced, but they're still expensive. £95 for a piece of cardboard is still expensive, guys. We can't lie. Even though it's cheap for that card, it's expensive in the greater scheme of things. Who really, in their right minds, unless you're a Pokemon nerd like me, is spending £95 or £250 on a Charizard card? But let me know in the comments. Is it a scam? Is something happening there? Do you think it's odd? What do you think could be happening? If you was to join these two cases together, what do you think could be happening there? I always have a little bit of a cynical viewpoint, and I know a lot of scammers and people like this in the industry. I've met a lot of them in my time, so I've come across all of this sort of stuff in the past, and so it's always in the back of my mind that, you know, people are kind of you know, trying to game the system in some sort of way, because I think I don't blame them in some way, shape or form. You know, I'm sure that they're you know, they don't get paid as much as they should. But yeah, hopefully that was an interesting video. Let us know what your favourite sale was as well that went out today, and check out the site. Don't be tight. See you on the next one. Subscribe if you're new here. Give us a like, comment, and all that bullshit. See you soon.